If it's mine, then why do you care about it? If it's mine, why do you get to tell me what to do with it? Does it scare you? Does it make you weak? Is it that one thing that men can't live without? Is she too loud? Wanna look her up and move with a key? Way too picky, way too proud. So ashamed is what you rather her to be. Ooh, power you can't control, undeniable, feminine, beautiful. Yeah, you can keep running around acting mad, but you gon' have to respect this crown. Because I'm sitting on top of a gold mine, yeah. Powerful, grippy, and we're constantly winning. Sitting on top of a gold mine, yeah. Girls all across the globe, just know that you are golden, 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 golden. Yeah, I'm sitting on top of golden, 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 golden. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're sitting on top of a gold mine. Honey pot suckle gold. It's not my calling to do what I'm told. No, I'm here 'cause I lead the way. Encourage and entice, it comes naturally. And they hate to see it. Wanna lock her up and throw away the key. So what, I'm picky and yeah, I'm proud. But ashamed is what they rather me to be. Ooh, power you can't control, undeniable, feminine, beautiful. Yeah, you can keep running around acting mad, but you gon' have to respect this crown. 'Cause I'm sitting on top of a gold mine, yeah. Powerful, grippy, and we're constantly winning. Sitting on top of a gold mine, yeah. Girls all across the globe, just know that you are golden, 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 golden. Girls all across I've been knocked down over and over again. I just turn my music up higher, and I could just pretend that life is fair and the world is on my side. If I believe it hard enough and try, I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me, nothing can stop me. I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me. Oh, no matter the day, no matter the time, you wanna try to bring me down, please get in line. Oh, please get in line. Oh, yeah. My moment is now. Gonna take every chance that I get. I'll make it somehow. I'll be somebody you won't forget. But life ain't fair and the world ain't on my side. Yeah, all I got is my voice and my pride. I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me, nothing can stop me. I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me. Oh, no matter the day, no matter the time, you wanna try to bring me down, please get in line. Oh, please get in line. Oh, yeah. I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me, nothing can stop me. I'm on top of the world, and nothing can stop me. Oh, no matter the day, no matter the time, you wanna try to bring me down, please get in line. Get in line.
One day we'll be wealthy. We'll spare no expense.
Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is as beautiful by you as it has been here by me. It has been absolutely gorgeous here. I'm in Northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and it has been in the 60s all weekend long. It's been absolutely wonderful. Of course, last week it was almost at freezing temperatures, and now it's at 60 degrees, so, you know, welcome to the Midwest, right? Anyway, thank you again so much for joining me. Today we're going to be starting on our channel sew along, which I'm really excited for. I've been teasing you guys about it for a while now, and I'm so excited for it to finally be here. We are going to be working on a pattern called Framed Pinwheels by Missouri Star Quilt Co. It is a super quick, super easy pattern. Of course, it's probably going to take us a few episodes to put together because there's a lot of half square triangles. But it's going to be super fun. All you need to put this pattern together is a layer cake and 2 charm square packs. And so I've got mine here set up, and so we're going to dive into that in just a minute. But first, let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody there in chat. And I also wanted to thank everybody for joining us yesterday for our After Dark edition. If you guys weren't able to catch that one live, make sure you go watch the replay later. We had a really great time working on Sherlock Cheryl's new project, her Elvis-inspired quilt. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's coming together super quick and easy. I love that pattern, the hillside charm pattern for panels, because it comes together so fast and easy. It's just some 5-inch squares and some 5-inch strips, and it comes together really fast. So a lot of fun there. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us last night for that. Melanie, I apologize. I'm not sure what Streamlabs was saying. Let's see. You were just trying to wave at people. Sorry about that. Things are kind of weird sometimes. So good morning anyway. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry about that. Streamlabs can be weird sometimes. But let me hop into chat really quickly and say hello to everybody else in chat. And we are going to get started with this project. It looks like the very first person in chat this morning was Linda Denton. Is that correct? I don't know. Sometimes my screen is a little off. So I do apologize for that if Linda wasn't the very first person. I think Brett46 was actually in there even sooner than that. So either way, good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for being here. Carrie Leonard is also here with us this morning. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you so much for being here as well. Sandra K has also been here. Sandra K, thank you so much for being here. It's so great to see you. If you guys are not already, make sure you go check out her channel. She does a lot of really fun, cool things over there. You can do !Sandra in chat to get our link to her channel. So good morning. Susan You're Out is also here. Good morning, Susan. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for being a member of the channel as well. We have a lot of really fun projects coming up here in the next couple of months with regards to members. So I'm really excited, looking forward to that. If you guys are interested in joining in on that elite club, make sure you click the link down below that says join, or that should be like a square with a $sign in it, something to that effect. Make sure you check that out. I think it's as little as like $2.99 a month. We meet twice a month, every other Monday, and we're going to have a lot of really fun projects over there. So thank you again for being a member of the channel. I truly appreciate that. Let's see, Sandra K. Fern King, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Patty, welcome back. So great to see you as well. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Patricia Browning is also here. Good morning, Patricia. And thank you, Patricia, for also being a member of the channel. I appreciate that. Same with Fern King. Thank you for being a member of the channel also. Judy, good morning. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Welcome back. Dawn is also here with us this morning. Good morning, Dawn. She says, I'm going to start here, but she's going to be in lurk mode. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you being with us. Make sure you guys check out Dawn and her channel as well. You can do !Dawn. She is way more talented than I am. She's amazing. I follow her on Instagram, and I have so much fun following her over there. So make sure you check her out as well. Katie, good morning. Welcome back. So great to see you also. Good morning. Let's see. Who else? Kathy. Kathy is here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome back. Thanks so much for being here this morning. I hope you're feeling well. I know you were a little under the weather a couple weeks ago, but hopefully everything's going well for you. Let's see. Sorry, still going through chat here, folks. Lots of friends in chat today, so that is awesome. I love being able to spend time with you guys and hang out. Katie, I think I said hello to you already, but just in case, good morning. I'm pretty sure I did, but you know, sometimes my brain forgets things. Joyce, good morning and welcome back. Joyce was with us yesterday evening as well, so good morning again to you. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Let's see. Linda Denton, Judy, Sandra, Joyce, Katie. A lot of people are getting in their thimbles this morning. I haven't seen Lucas pop in yet, but when he does, he's in for a little bit of a surprise. I think Nancy was able to surpass him again in thimbles, if I remember correctly. Although our leader, that's still that Terry, she's trying to win that car. Mary H., good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Also, Melanie, good morning again. Thank you again for joining us. Sorry for Streamlabs being stupid. Sometimes that happens. I think it was the @ symbol that it whatever. It's fine. I'm sorry. You know, you take the good with the bad, right? My box already. Yeah, well, it's alright. It's fine. There's Terry. Good morning, Terry. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you as well. Gladys is also here. Good morning. Guys, make sure you go check out Gladys's channel. You can do ! Gladys in chat also. Let's see. Joyce Hernandez, good morning. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you also. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I don't forget anybody. My screen kind of scrolled up on me all weird, and so now I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I try really, really hard not to miss anybody, but it's inevitable. I always end up missing somebody. So I do apologize if I miss you. I think I got through everybody in chat. If I miss you, I need you to do me one more favor. say hello to me one more time, but this time I need you to tag me in it. And you can do that by doing the @ symbol, that's the A with the circle around it, and then you type in "so not an expert," all one word, and what that does is it highlights it on the screen for me. And then that way I hopefully won't miss it again. I can't guarantee it, but hopefully I won't miss it again. But either way, welcome back to all of you to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. I am so excited for this project. I've been so excited for it basically since I purchased it in the summer of this year. When we went to, you guys know Mama Joyce, Cheryl, and I did a road trip this past summer in July. We went to Missouri Star Quilt Company. We went to Quilt Town. And I purchased this project actually in Quilt Town. I saw I saw a sample of this in the actual Missouri Star Quilt Company store when we were there, and then so I picked up the pattern there, and then because I know I had some layer cakes here at home that I was gonna do, but then we went to another store. When we were in that store, I found this layer cake that I fell in love with. And I just loved it so much, and I thought, you know what, I'll apply it to this pattern, and so then I found some charm packs to go along with it. So I'm just really excited for this one. I did put links in the description box for this project down below. I don't know if you guys can get to them right now because of the live stream, but either afterwards. I did put links down there to the pattern and to the fabric that I've purchased. The fabric was still available in some places from what I could tell, but it is by Northcott. It is called Stonehenge I can't pronounce it. Gradations? I'm not sure. But anyway, that is the pattern that I have, or that is the fabric that I have selected for our layer cake. And then for our charm squares, this is called a dry brush slate. I picked a couple of those. And so that is the colorway that I'm going to be choosing. If you guys are going to follow along with me, just make sure that your charm packs or your accent fabrics is a solid or a semi-solid fabric to kind of really give it that, to offset these printed fabrics. Now the printed fabrics should either be in a completely different color than those, or a different print or pattern or something like that, so that you can really have that contrast between the two sets of colors. And that's how we're going to make this beautiful pattern. So I'm really excited for it. It's going to go together pretty easily. It's just a matter of there's quite a few half square triangles that we have to work through. And there's not a whole lot of cutting. There really isn't. And one of our subscribers, I think it was Terry actually, that pointed out that the pattern actually tells you that we need to cut our layer cakes into 4 5-inch squares. So you could actually start with even more charm squares. So if you're kind of inundated with a bunch of printed charm squares, you could use those in place of this layer cake, and then just find some solids or a semi-solid to go along with it. So that's another fun thing. So try and shop your stash and use what you've got. I just happened to be in Quilt Town, so I purchased what I needed to for this project. But I do have a couple of layer cakes here at home, so I may end up bringing this one back on the channel at another point in time to make another one. So I'm really excited about that. So I got my layer cake here. I went ahead and took the cellophane off of it. I haven't actually opened it up yet. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. We need 35 of the 42 that are in here. So I'm going to have to pull out 7 of these, and then it says I need to pull out 4 of these. And we're going to keep those as scraps, and then everything else we're going to get started with. So, oh, sorry, chat. Right, the pattern's on sale for $6.95. I think I've seen it as low as $4. Like, it's just crazy. And it's super easy to do. It's not my pattern, so for copyright reasons, I'm not supposed to share the cutting instructions with you guys for copyright reasons. And I'm sure that Missouri Star Quilt Company, I'm not even on their radar, but I still like to respect the writers of the pattern and things like that. So I'm going to try my best not to share the actual cutting instructions with you, but you're pretty much going to be able to figure them out on your own as long as you watch along. Because it's pretty easy to follow. They're really the only cutting instructions you actually need is what we need to trim the half square triangles down to. But if you're a quilter or sewer, then you can probably figure this one out on your own. It's going to be pretty easy. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making some pinwheels. We're going to be turning that into a 6-patch. 6-patch? 9-patch. 9-patch, I think. 3, 6, 9. We're going to be taking some pinwheels, turning it into a 9-patch, then cutting that 9-patch into 4 and spinning the blocks around and putting it back together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. We're going to be working on it once a month. So if you guys are sewing along with me and that's way too slow for you guys to follow this pattern along, I get it. I understand. And if you want to move along faster than me, that's okay. I won't be upset about it. I promise. But that's what we are going to be doing here on this channel. Once a month, we're going to pull this one out. I think the third Sunday of every month, we're going to pull this one out and have fun with it. So let's go ahead and get started. I want everybody to tell me what they are working on this morning or today. I will basically be spending my entire day in here today. I'm really excited about it, actually. We're going to be working on this. Then I'm going to pull some binding stuff out that I need to do. I'm going to be quilting up our monthly project that we worked on last week. And then I also have a second live stream this afternoon over on Katie's channel where we meet once a month to talk about mental health and our own mental health. And if you guys have been watching that, then you know I've kind of been struggling a little bit with my own struggles here. And so I'm excited to talk to her about those things and just have a safe space to talk about that stuff. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that here. Let's keep that conversation over there. But if that is something that interests you, we are going to have another one of those conversations this afternoon. I think it's 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern, I think is the time frame for it. Go over to her channel, give her a subscribe, and then you can also see the thumbnail is set up and ready to go. Katie says, today is spa day for my featherweight. Ooh, fun, Katie. That sounds like fun. Sandra says she's working on cross-stitching some snowman ornaments. Oh, that sounds like so much fun, Sandra. I've been slowly getting back into cross-stitching. You guys know. You've seen it on the channel a few times now, and I've been slowly getting back into it. I actually have another project that I'm tempted to pull out just to kind of give me a little bit of a palette cleanser from the Cinderella project we've been working on. So yeah, Patty says she's cutting. She's just trimming. She's made a whole, how many of them is it? Like 9? I think 8 or 9 rag quilts, and she's just snipping away at those. And that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. I've been there. So I understand that. Joyce says she's trying to figure out what LC she's going to use. Oh, what layer cake you're going to use? Yeah, fair. That's fair. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Oh my, Melanie wants to duel. My goodness. That looks like fun. I don't know if we've ever gotten the duels to work, Melanie, but go ahead and give that a go. If Lucas was here, he'd give you a run for his money. He knows how to play those games much better than I do. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get this layer cake open. Now, the nice, cool thing about this is because we are using pre-cuts, there's not a whole lot of ironing that we have to do. So, that's nice. That saves time and energy on things. But there is a little bit of cutting. So, I went ahead and I changed out my rotary blade. So, I got a nice, fresh new blade in there now. So, let's go ahead and grab this. Those are my regular cutting scissors, not my fabric shears. Go ahead and grab this. Go. These in the garbage can over here. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can kind of see it on the camera, but this one is by Stonehenge. And so this one has got all these beautiful bright blues and teals and pinks and purples fabrics. They're absolutely gorgeous. And it's basically this like marble stone pattern. It's basic. I kind of like it because I'm looking. Melanie, I'm trying. And Melanie says, Danny, I'm trying. Found it at Mona's. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I know that I have it. I'm just not sure how well it works. We'll have to see how it works. Fern says, I ran out of black thread. As soon as I get more, I will be putting the binding on my turkey table hot pad. Oh, that's right. You were telling us about that. That sounds like fun. So we need to pull out 7 of these. So I'm just going to kind of go through. There was a green one in here that I wasn't really thrilled with. So I'm definitely going to pull that one out for sure. So I'm just going to kind of flip through these. I need to pull out 7. So let's see what we can find here. I think I'm going to grab this one because it's like super duper dark. So I'm going to grab that one out. And I'm not super thrilled about this one either. So I'll grab that one. And this one, although it's pink, to me it's just too pale. Because I've got this beautiful gray fabric here, this slate colored fabric that I'm going to be using. And I like the pink accent in here. I just don't like that pale in there. So there's 3 and I need 7. So let's see. You guys can start to see these fabrics as I peel them away here, or peel them back. We're going to be trimming all these up. I'm going to pull that one out too. So there's 4, 5, 6. And I want to pull that green. I found a green one that I really was not thrilled about. I didn't really like it. So let's pull that one back. All these beautiful bright jewel tone colors. I love the jewel toned colors. They're just so pretty. This green. I didn't really like this green. Let's grab that. So let me just double check and make sure that there's 7 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there's 7 in here. We'll go ahead and fold those up and put those in our bin. We won't be needing those. And the rest of them, we're going to need to be cutting up into 5-inch squares, I think. So let me just double check and make sure. Lay 5-inch background squares on top of 5-inch print squares. Select 35 10-inch print squares for your project, your quilt. Cut each selected square to create 5-inch squares. Okay, you need 140 of them total. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing now is I'm going to go ahead and just grab a handful of them, 4 or 5 of them, lay them out on my cutting mat. And go ahead and just slice these up. They're sliding a little bit on me. There we go. Hi Lana, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you being here. Welcome back. It's so great to see you. Patricia wants to know, will you be doing the Stitching Haven bomb on your lives? I bought it also. Yes, Patricia, I will. That one was supposed to be shipping. You're talking about Twisted Dreams, which I was able to confirm that I am on the list. Yay. It's supposed to be shipping on the 24th of November. So we're probably going to start that one in July. It will be on Thursdays, once a month on Thursdays. I don't know exactly which Thursday yet, but that is the plan. And that's how I have it laid out on my schedule. But yes. Bye, Melanie. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Thanks. Hope you had a great time. But yes, we will be doing that one on the channel here on our subscribers viewing. We also have another one called Blackberry Bramble that we purchased from Honeybee Fabrics. That one we will be working on as a members only series. So that one's going to be really exciting. Mama Joyce and I are going to be doing that one together. Go. So that didn't. Okay, that one's 5. Well, I guess it was 5. It really didn't look like 5. So I think what I'm going to do, because to keep spinning this big one here, is going to be a bit of a pain. So I'm going to flip this to my small one after I'm done cutting this one here. So we're going to go ahead and grab this one here. So we need to cut these into 4. Now you guys can kind of figure out if we're cutting a layer cake into 4 what the sizes of those blocks are going to be. There we go. Go. Close that. Alright, so I've got these 4. I'm going to switch out to my smaller cutting mat so then that way I can spin it a little bit easier. That one instead. That way it spins just a little bit easier. So we're going to be cutting all of these into 4 pieces. Stack those up there. But yes, Joyce, we will be working on Twisted Dream, which is by Stitching Haven. So I'm really excited about that one. We'll be doing Blackberry Bramble as a members only. We still have our Spools of the Year project that we're working on. Norfolk will be done this month. We will be finishing that one up this month. So that will be exciting. I'm really excited to see what the finished product of that one looks like. Like, I mean, I know the the picture looks beautiful. So I'm excited to see what the actual project will end up looking like. Lots of fun things coming up here on the channel. We just started our leaves. Swirling leaves project. We just started that a couple weeks ago. So that's exciting. It's the time of the year here on the channel where we start new projects. Okay, just making sure that one's sliced all the way through, which it did. Spin the mat. Just makes it easier. That way I'm not moving things around too much. Shifting everything around. Make sure all my lines meet up. There we go. There we go. Alright. We're going to be slicing all these up. And this is really all the cutting that we have to do. There is some trimming we will need to be doing. Once we get our half square triangles made, we'll have to trim the triangles down to a certain size. But otherwise, there's really no cutting, which is kind of nice. Which is why this project is such a quick and easy project to work on. And now, of course, you don't have to use a layer cake. You've got a whole bunch of fat quarters in your stash. You want to go through those, you're welcome to use those as well. Just cut them down into 5-inch squares, because that's ultimately what we need to have is 5-inch squares. You could even take some yardage if you really wanted to and cut that down too. Yeah, I did. I cut the fabric. Oh well. I got a little bit hasty there and I cut right off the mat and into my fabric top here. That's alright though. That's okay. So I'm just grabbing a stack of them. I think there's like 6 or 8 of them in this stack here. Just cutting right through. It'll only take us a minute. And then we can get started on sewing. How often is it that we start a brand new project and we're able to start sewing the first day? Very rare that that happens. Typically, the first couple of streams is all about cutting and ironing. So is everybody done with their Christmas gifts for the year? I know Patty's still working on hers, poor girl. That was a lofty goal. But I'm sure that everybody will love them. So everybody else got all of their Christmas stuff done and ready to go. This year I really haven't planned anything for Christmas. Like Christmas is not even on my radar this year. Like I haven't even thought about it. Honestly, I've not even thought about it. Go. These are cardboard pieces. Put those in our garbage can here. I really haven't thought about Christmas at all this year. Like it's not even on my radar. Yeah, I didn't make any gifts for anybody this year. I really haven't finished any quilts to give away this year or planned anything. I just really haven't done a whole lot. We might do some ornaments or something towards when we get closer to the holiday. Maybe we'll do some ornaments or something. But I really haven't thought too much about it. Okay, cool. Alright, so that is all of our cutting for right now. Quick and easy, right? Awesome. I'm going to set this off to the side for right now. No, you know what? I'll leave it out. Because we will need to do some more cutting later. Okay, so now the directions also say out of our charm packs, we need to pull 4 pieces out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these open and just take 4 pieces off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set those off to the side. That's all we need to do with those. Okay. I think I've got a couple of them here that kind of went a little wonky. That's alright. They should be okay. Alright, let's toss these. Put these in my bin for scrap. Excuse me, hiccups. I got the hiccups. Now, we need to take and make 40. I'm reading the instructions here, guys. Give me just a second. Yes, we do need to make 40. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab 40 of these. We're going to grab, I'm trying to be a little random about it. How many do I have here? Was anybody else counting? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So there's 31. So I just need 9 more. So let's just grab 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep it scrappy. 5. Try not to think about it too much. Just trying to grab. 6. Need 3 more. Try not to think about it too much. Just grab at random. 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's my 40. I'll double check that count to make sure I've got it. But the rest of them we're going to set aside. We are going to use these later on. We're just going to set them aside for now. So if you're following along, you will want to pull out 40 random pieces of your printed squares. There you go, Sandra. My gift to the family was my plumbing repairs. That's awesome. The one year, that was what the gift was for Kevin and I too. Mr. Wizard and I too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Yes, 40 pieces. Okay, so we need these 40 pieces, and then we're going to need 40 of our background squares too. I'm not going to count the background squares because I need one for one. So I'm just going to grab them from the pile. And basically what we need to do is we need to make these into some sandwiches with right sides together of a background and a color, and we're going to sew all the way around the edge so that we can end up getting 4 half square triangles from each assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and set those up over here by the machine and get that started. So we're going to be sewing quite a bit for a little while. Set these up over here because we've got 40 of these to do. And so now once we've sewn them up, then we're going to be cutting them on the diagonal from corner to corner, all 4 of them. So I have this mat here. I might actually pull out my littler mat. We'll see when we get there. For right now, let's go ahead and get these sewn up. But how often do we start a brand new project where we immediately start sewing? Like, that's just crazy. Yes, Joyce, it could be. Yeah, you could try to do it with some jelly rolls if you've got them. Try to use what's in your stash. Try and use what's in your stash. All right, so right sides together. And you're going to sew around all 4 edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and start on one corner. And I'm just going to turn it all the way around. Get all the way to the edge. Start about 1/4 of an inch. And then turn. 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 All right, so let's put one together so you can kind of see what we're doing here. So I've got, you guys can't see the threads here, but I've got it sewn all the way around like this. Let me just triple check our pattern, make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. These up here because we don't need those for right now. Set those to the side. I don't know why I pulled the mouse down. I can go over that. Okay, so now we're going to do corner to corner. There's one. Go ahead, spin the mat. Corner to corner. Open these up. It says press towards the dark side. I'm going to probably end up trimming these. I'm going to trim these up and then press them open. For it never happens. So these need to be a certain size. So I actually need to go here. Like that. Pretty sure. Let me just triple check that with this ruler. Just gonna double check it with this ruler to make sure that I have it correct. This way. This is the way I need to go. Can never remember how to do this. Yep, that's right. So my half square triangle ruler is 2.5. I have a 2-inch and a 2.5-inch, and we need to make this square just a little bit bigger than that. So I'm having to make some adjustments to how I'm measuring it. We do have a couple of extras if we really need them, if I screwed this up too badly. We're just going to make one for now, and then we'll do the rest of them together, but I wanted to show you what one of them looks like, so you can kind of get an idea. There we go. Let me just make sure that this is right. Yep, that's correct. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was doing that right. So let's go ahead and do the other 3. And I'll show you what we're doing. So we're making a pinwheel block with these half square triangles, and each assembly makes one. I just have to be careful about my cutting to make sure that I'm not cutting off too much. Go. Bring it down here. Get this one down there. Go. Go. So I'm kind of thinking about what I'm doing with my ruler because I have to be a little bit extra careful with it. Go. Now I bring it back down. Then I bring this one down like that. That. So there's that one. One more. We're not going to do these all right now. I'm just doing this one so you guys can kind of see what we're doing. Plus so that I can see what I'm doing too. I always like to make one first just to kind of make sure I get an idea of what I'm doing. And then once I've got that idea down, then I go ahead and chain piece everything. But sometimes it's easier for my brain if I just do the one first to make sure I know what I'm doing. Go. Get those corners off. Ruler is awesome. I'm telling you guys, this ruler is amazing. So I will need the iron. I have a little one somewhere. We'll need the iron. What have I missed in chat? Joyce says she's back. Welcome back, Joyce. Dawn's saying good morning to Joyce. What else did I miss in chat while we're waiting for the oven to warm up? Brett reminding everybody to click that like button. Thank you very much, Brett. I appreciate that. Put your piece of tape there so you won't have to think every time. Good idea, Joyce. Good idea. Yep, that's a good idea. Oh, Joyce said she would be right back. I see now. Gotcha. Yeah, no, piece of tape is a great idea. I have to just be careful of which line I measure up to things on, because I do have lines on my ruler. I just need to be careful of remembering where I need to line things up. But I think I got them. Patricia says, my Sunday is pulling paper off of a big FPP project followed by vacuuming up all the little pieces that escape the trash can. I've been there. I understand that. That's a big job. Yeah. Although I will say the purple thingamajig really helps to get that paper up. Judy says she has a couple of quilt tops to finish, waiting on FedEx to deliver repair parts for her long arm. Oh my. Katie, I love that. She says, I've thought of making a few small things, but can't get to the making stage. Christmas and July projects were enough Christmas for me. I get it, Katie. I get it. Yeah, no, 100% I get that. Fern says, I'm not in the Christmas mood this year. Yeah, me either. Yeah. Kathy said she's almost done Christmas shopping. Oh my gosh, Kathy, that's awesome. I haven't even started. Like, I've not even started. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Joyce. Joyce says, found what I'm going to use. I have quite a few charm packs from my fabric addiction, Paisley, one of my favorites. Ooh, fun. Susan says she's still working on her Christmas gifts. Awesome. Sorry, guys, I missed a bunch in chat, so I was just catching back up from my quilting and sewing here. All right, so let's go ahead and get these ironed up real quick, and I'll show you what the pinwheel is going to look like. I am going to go ahead, now it did say press towards the dark, but I'm going to go ahead and press these open. Because I feel like when they're triangles like this, I just feel like they lay nicer when they're pressed open. That's just a personal preference. You guys do whatever you feel is best. This is what I'm going to do. There we go. That one underneath. Work on the next one. Ooh, this one's really close. This one is not a very big seam allowance. This one might not work as an open seam. I am on a slump of what quilt to make next. Dawn, I understand that. That's why I make a list. I have learned the last couple of years, if I make a list of all of the projects that I have, even if I probably won't get to them for a few years, I have found that if I make a list of everything I have, then when it comes time for me to start a new project, I just take the next one on the list. Like, I don't have to think about it. I just grab the next one on the list. When I buy more stuff, I add it to the bottom of the list, and I just keep going. Or if I don't feel like that one, if I'm really just not feeling that one, then I skip that one and go to the next one. But at least if I have a list going, then I don't have to really think about it too much, you know? But that's just me. Everybody does things differently. That's just how I work. That helps me organize the channel as well, because now I know what projects are coming up when, and I can start to, you know, put them into my schedule and things like that. But I have big projects and small projects. And I try to sprinkle them in. Like, I try to do like a couple of big ones and then a small one. And then maybe 2 small ones and another big one. And so I try to sprinkle them in. And I'm always looking at new projects like eBay, Facebook Marketplace for new kits and things. Always looking at those. Alright, so now we're going to be making a pinwheel. Let me just double check the directions and make sure I'm doing this right. So we're going to go this way. That way. So let's sew up these two. And then that way. And that way. Purple thing, where are you? There you are. Come on, let go. Thank you. There we go. Alright. So we're just making a pinwheel. So we're going to take one way, press it one way, and the other way, and press it the other way. Take the two pieces, Sandwich them together. Making sure that our seams nest up really nicely. Excuse me. Excuse me again. That one gave me a little bit of trouble. It's alright though. And now if you know how to pinwheel your seams, you can absolutely do that. This one is not going to pinwheel for me very well because it kind of got jammed up in the machine here. But you could try. And then we're going to go ahead and press this. Open it this way now. There we go. Put that on the seam. I'm trying to crush that seam. It got a little bulky in the center there. I tried to pinwheel the seams and it wasn't going to work. So just hold that down for a minute. And here is our very first pinwheel. Bad lighting. There you go. You kind of see it. So some of these are going to turn out really well and some of them are going to be a little faded because of the lighter color. That's okay. I'm okay with that actually. I'm okay with that. So, alright, so there's our first one. One down, 39 more to go. we will start to chain piece these. So let's go ahead and get these all sewn up and then we'll cut them all up together and we'll kind of do it that way. We're not going to... But I like to put one together just so I have an idea of kind of what's happening. And I'm finding that my colored pieces are just ever so slightly smaller than my background pieces, so I'm going to make sure that I layer those correctly. There we go. One! That's right, Terry, that's right. It will make the quilt sparkle. Oh, I like that word, sparkle. Yeah, I think the light and the darks are going to work out really well. I love the jewel tones in this. Jewel tones are my jam. You guys know I love the bright, deep, rich colors. They are definitely my jam. So we're going to go ahead and sew up these pieces now. It's going to take us a while to get through them all, but we will. One at a time. Right sides together. If you're doing this on a layer cake, then I recommend the layer cake or the printed fabric on the top and the charm square fabric on the bottom. Seems like that way you can get those edges lined up just the way you need them to get your nice 1/4 inch seams. Go. But you're going to want to sew around all 4 edges, leaving yourself a 1/4 inch at the end there, and the corners. You don't have to, you could totally sew off the edge. So, there we go. Time is it? 11:20? We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. So I mentioned earlier, but thank you again to everybody that joined us for our After Dark edition yesterday. That was a lot of fun. The project that Cheryl has chosen for herself and coordinated all by herself. I mean, we did help a little bit. Mama Joyce and I did help her pick out some of the fabrics. She was having a hard time with her vision, but we helped her bring it to life. And now she's putting that together, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Mama Joyce has also been working on a commissioned project. I think I told you guys once before, but she made a quilt for a co-worker of hers. Of course, she's retired now. She made a quilt for that person, and then while she was there dropping it off, somebody else asked her for one. So now she had a second commission project for basically the same thing, although it won't be exact. Same idea. So she was working on that one. So we actually went to the quilt store yesterday, the fabric store yesterday, to get some backing fabric and a couple more fat quarters for some accent colors for her. So that was fun. Taylor went with us. Taylor made a quick guest appearance on yesterday's show. Just a quick one. She was asking me about some dinner options for herself. Mr. Wizard is back home from his adventures yesterday. He had a model show yesterday that his club was sponsoring. It's kind of like a quilt guild, but it's for models. It's kind of like the same thing. And he was working that show all day, and then he had another model club meeting last night. So he had a busy night. Busy evening. Oh, hi, baby. I see you. She got her hair cut. She's all pretty. Yeah. Yeah, and you smell pretty, too. Yeah. She needed a haircut. She was a little bit too fluffy. She was a little bit too fluffy. Excuse me. The Elmer Fuds from across the street got home from deer hunting. Looks like deers won this time. Isn't that the case most of the time, Fern? Seriously, my ex-husband was a hunter, and so was my dad. And it seemed like there were more years that he didn't bring anything home than there were years he brought stuff home. It's kind of the way it always seemed. Elmer Fuds. I love that. I love that. Elmer Fuzz. That's funny. Fern says, hello, Ivy. Elmer Fuzz. Hi, baby. We are just sewing right along here. I do enjoy venison meat as long as it's not gamey. I'm not a fan of gamey meats. It's not my thing. Some people enjoy that. I'm not a fan. But I do enjoy a good venison. We have a butcher out here that actually specializes in venison meats. You can catch your deers and bring them to him, and he will actually butcher it for you. And then he will process it as well into sausages and things like that. It's not too far away, just down the road at these. So yeah, he gets busy this time of the year, that's for sure. So it's going to take us a little bit to get these sewn up. I'm sure that there's probably a more faster way to do this. but that's okay. I'm enjoying the process. I am playing a little bit of bobbin chicken. A little bit. The bobbin is low-ish. We'll see how far we get. We'll see how far we get. Somebody's getting in on a heist game in our chat. And while you guys are playing that heist game, if you don't mind doing me a favor, just double check and make sure that you've tickled that like button for me. I really appreciate it. And also, if you're watching after the chat or you're lurking, just make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel. YouTube likes to do this fun thing where it unsubscribes people at random. So especially if you're one of those people that is watching after the fact, or you're not participating in chat, you just like to lurk, which is totally fine, by the way. Just double check and make sure that you are still subscribed, and make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time we go live. And you can make sure that you catch all of our videos when we're live. Especially with these holidays coming up, I've got some extra vacation time, and so I kind of like to just kind of pop in on a day stream sometimes when I'm taking a vacation day and I want to spend some time with you guys in here in my quilt room. So make sure you do that as well. Sometimes it's always at random because I never know what I'm doing or when I'm doing it. Next Sunday, we will be working on our Memory Bear project. I know many of you have been asking about when that one was coming back on the channel. And that one will be back next weekend. Next weekend is actually my dad's birthday. Saturday would have been his birthday. And so I thought, what better way to celebrate him and celebrate his birthday than to finish the memory bear that we're making in his honor. So we will be, actually I'm gonna just sew this one off the edge because I kind of went a little too far. So we'll be doing that. I still have to open up the batting fabric. I've got it here. There's the batting for it. I've got it here. The polyfill, I gotta open it up and get it all puffed out because it's vacuum sealed right now. Right sides together. But yeah, I mentioned before I'll be joining Katie over on her channel, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. I don't know exactly what time that is. Eastern. I think it's 4:30 Eastern. I could be wrong though. I'm terrible with time zones. Like absolutely terrible with it. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Oh, I ran out of bobbin thread. I knew I was gonna at some point. I ran out. So I will put this one up here, which reminds me when I go to pull my thread off, this is what I do. You guys do your thing. When I always try to keep 2 bobbins of the main colors that I use the most. So black, white, red, gray, you know, those types of things. When I run out of a bobbin, when I empty a bobbin, I like to put it up on my bobbin spool up here so that it reminds me when I go to clip the thread to take this thread off, I see the bobbin there and that reminds me that I need to wind another one. So then that way, hopefully, I don't run out. Doesn't always work, but you know, it's the thought that counts sometimes. But I do have a full one right here, so we'll be good for a little while. Let's go ahead and get that in there. But that way I never run out, especially when I'm on live streams and stuff. It's always a pain when you run out. And you've got to sit here and watch me wind a bobbin. It doesn't make for great content. I mean, I think y'all know how to wind a bobbin. I don't think you need to watch me do it. But that's one of the ways that I remind myself that I need to wind one. Some people wind, you know, 10 or 12 or 15 of them at a time, and that's great. I don't do that many. But that is also a good idea as well. Okay, going off the edge is making it a little bit easier for me. Go. Oops, grab 2 of those. So my colored squares are just ever so slightly smaller than my charm squares, which is fine. It's, you know, it's just part of my sewing, I guess. We trim it down anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And so I'm just going around the edge. Up a little bit. Why aren't you going anywhere? I kind of got jammed up a little bit. Didn't like that. There we go. Come on. I had to turn the music off in my ear because it was way too loud and I couldn't get the volume to set correctly. So now it's like super quiet. It's making me a little bananas. I don't like quiet. Quiet makes it hard for me to think. I like having that background noise. That's also why you guys don't hear any music in the background on your end either, because I had to turn it off because it was way too loud in my ear. Most of you don't seem to mind if the music is there or not there. Hi Carrie, good evening, or not good evening, my goodness, good morning. Welcome back. So great to see you. We are working on our sew along project here. We're just making up some triangle or some square assemblies. sewing all the way around the edge, all 4 sides, 1/4 inch all the way around, so that we can make some half square triangles. That way we'll turn into some pinwheels. So that's going to be fun. We're just sewing those up right now. I'm sure you guys are already done with yours if you're sewing along, because you probably sew much faster than I do. But I'm trying. Once we're done sewing these up, then we're going to have to cut them, slice them in 4s on the diagonal from corner to corner to get our 4 half square triangles out of each one and sew those up. We have to make 40 of these. I've already made one. This is what it's going to look like. It's kind of a lighter color. This particular one is kind of light in color, but that's what they're going to look like. I think it's going to look great. I'm really excited about it. I love the color palette that I've chosen for this quilt. Hopefully it turns out as nice as I'm hoping it does. We'll have to see. But this is a sew along project, so you guys are all welcome to sew along with me. We're going to be doing this project once a month, the 3rd Sunday of every month from now until it's complete. Which it really won't take too long, really. I don't work on any of my projects off camera, so you guys will see everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it. And y'all can follow along with me if you choose. If you can't wait that long, I understand. It's not for everybody. Feel free to go ahead of me. And make sure you post pictures of your progress on our Facebook and Instagram if you can or you're able to. Love to see where you're at on the project. It's always fun when we get to see all the different colorways for the same project. It's like the Cotton Pets projects, when you get to see all the different colorways of the exact same pattern and how different they look. And plus, I really love seeing what fabrics you guys coordinate together, because it kind of keeps me inspired as to what I can use myself. Because I'm not always the greatest about coordinating fabric colors. Sometimes they don't always go quite the way I'm picturing them in my head. You're going to be a pain in the chair. Okay. Let's try it again. Go. What is the pattern? Carrie says. Carrie, this is called Framed Pinwheels. It's a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern. Super quick and easy. There is a link in the description for the pattern. I'm told it's on sale right now. I've seen it as low as $4. I think right now it's $6 something. Missouri Star Quilt Company does have a tutorial video on it as well, where they give out the cutting instructions for it. So if you are really crafty, you could go and find their video and just write it down. Because this is not my pattern, I'm not supposed to, for copyright reasons, I'm not supposed to give the cutting instructions. So I'm trying my best not to do that. I know that Missouri Star Quilt Company has, and so I mean they're already out there, but it's a copyright thing. It's a respect thing for the writers of the pattern, that kind of thing. It's, you know, you could even call it a personal preference if you want. There are a couple of our subscribers and our content creator friends here in chat that also write their own patterns, and I try to support them and pattern writers in general as much as I can. I'm not that talented, so if it's a purchase pattern, the pattern that I purchase, I try to keep it that way. But yes, it is called Framed Pinwheels by Missouri Star Quilt Company. Super easy pattern. Just a layer cake and 2 charm packs. And ultimately, your layer cake needs to come down to 5-inch squares anyway, so you could use a couple of just a couple of charm square packs if you got a bunch of them in your stash. You could do something like that. The 2 charm packs, you do want to have at least 2 charm packs that are a coordinating fabric or a background fabric, if you will. So something that's a solid or a semi-solid of some kind that really accents the other fabrics that you've chosen. Because otherwise it's going to be difficult for you to get the pattern to show up if you don't have those contrasting colors. Welcome back, Terry. In the wind, uphill, both ways. Poor thing. It was windy yesterday. I will say that. It was beautiful weather, but it was windy. The wind was picking up. I heard something about rain this week. Mr. Wizard was mentioning something about rain later this week. So that'll be interesting. Winter's on its way. It's coming. Fall is here. Winter's on its way. So a 60-degree day, I'll take it. It's rare that we get them this late in the year, so. Although I say that, and we have had 50 and 60-degree days on Christmas. I remember one year it was like almost 70 degrees on Christmas, and the girls were literally, and it was just weird. Like, for us here in the Midwest, Christmas is supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be snowy. That's just what it's supposed to be. But you know, we've had a couple of years where it's been like 70 degrees on Christmas, and it was just awful. Like, it was just. It didn't feel like Christmas at all. I didn't like it at all. So for those of you who are around the world who celebrate Christmas in warmer weather, I'm sure that you're used to it and I'm sure that you're okay with it, but that is not my thing. It's supposed to be cold and snowy. It is supposed to be cold and snowy. We're just sewing around the edges of these, all 4 sides. This is a printed fabric and one of your background charm square pack pieces. Right sides together, so all the way around all 4 edges. Yeah, Terry, I agree with you. I can understand. Would she be, is she up for like a pair of goggles or something that you could put on? Because I know she's blind, so she doesn't need to see. Could you put something like maybe on her, will she allow you to put something on her face? I mean, obviously we don't want to stress her out. I mean, she's a 16-year-old dog. Last thing you want to do is try and stress her out. But like, you know, like a bonnet of some kind or some type of mask or something to cover her eyes, especially like you said in the wind. You don't want something blowing into her eyes. Come on. Yeah. Something weird happened with this edge here. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of weird. Let me just clip this thread here. See if we can figure out what happened here. Maybe if she'd let you know, put something like that on her head. I don't know. Some dogs don't. Ivy doesn't like anything on her head. So we tried because we would have loved to have put her like a little birthday hat on her head for her birthday. We have this one sweater for Ivy that it's for Christmas and it's got reindeer ears on it. So cute. It's got a little hood and it's got reindeer ears that hang off the hood. And like every time I've put it on her, like to see if she'll wear it, she just like freezes and she like won't move. So the answer to that question of will she wear it, the answer is no. The answer is no. She's so funny though. She just like stops and freezes. And she doesn't move. So cute. You tried to walk her with her back to, yeah, the wind, yeah. I'm sure that you are doing everything that you possibly can to make her as comfortable as possible. Had a dog that having a sweater on was like a full body cast. She wouldn't move. Ivy doesn't mind the sweater. She's not happy about it, but she'll wear it. She understands that it keeps her warm, but the hood with the antlers, like she just she just freezes on you. She doesn't like the one with the hood. Hi, baby. Did you hear me talking about you? Did you hear me talking about you? Oh, I dropped something. Thanks for pointing that out to me. There's a piece of fabric on the floor, and she was huffing at me to let me know that it was there. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think it goes over there. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Because she knows she's not supposed to touch it. But she gets frustrated because she can't touch it. So that's why she huffs at me. Because she has caught a couple of my little clips. She's grabbed a couple of those off the floor for me. And I usually find them on the floor in the kitchen with little teethy marks on them. So I am also very, very careful about what I drop on the floor in here. I always make sure that I'm extra careful when it comes to sharp objects or something that they might hurt themselves on. Try to pick up everything that I drop. In her tutu. Yeah, that was for her birthday. The tutu was for her birthday. It was a little dress and it had a little like tulle skirt on it. It was cute. A little soft tulle. A silk tulle, I think they call it. Silk tulle. She puts up with it. She does have a sweater. We do put her in a sweater when it gets really, really, really cold outside. But she does not like the sweater. She tolerates it. Like she just kind of like rubs up against all the furniture, like get this thing off me kind of thing. So she'll tolerate it because she knows it keeps her warm outside, but she doesn't like it. So we don't put that on her unless it gets really cold. Like when we get that like polar vortex cold, you know, then we'll put it on her. But otherwise, her hair is pretty soft and warm, so she's pretty good. Wrigley, on the other hand, Wrigley is so tiny, and she's got that poodle hair, so it's really fine. Wrigley and her sweater, yeah, she wears her sweater all winter long. Like from the second fall hits until spring, she will wear a sweater. Because otherwise she just gets cold. And she loves her sweater. Like, she loves it. 100% she loves it. So we take it off, we rotate them out, we take them off of her, and we wash them, of course. We don't want her to catch anything. But yeah, for the most part, she'll wear her sweater until spring. And then she gets really mad at us in the spring when we take it off. Because she would much rather wear it all year long. Because she loves her little sweater. Terry says she's going to go over to the tray to finish cutting her scraps for the squares. No problem, Terry. We completely understand. Sandra says, my puppies would see it, grab it, and out the dog door ASAP, then tug of war with the find. These guys do pretty well with my fabric. They usually don't pick it up unless I leave the room. If I leave the room, then it's free game. Then they think I don't need it, and they take off with it. But and they don't really play with the fabric pieces that I've ever seen. I've never seen them play with it. They just kind of bring it in the living room and sniff it. They're not really destructive with things. That's why when a toy does get broken, like a toy does get shredded, we're just like, oh my gosh, you know, who did it? Joyce says she's got to go. She'll see us later. No problem, Joyce. We appreciate you being here and hanging out with us this morning. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We will be back here trying to think if I have any live streams this week. I think I've got a whip on Wednesday. Let me check on that because I don't know. I don't know when we're going to be back this week. Oh, we're going to be back on Wednesday with our mystery project. That's right. So we will be back here Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. for our mystery project. That's right. It's not a whip Wednesday. I mean, I guess it is technically a whip Wednesday because our mystery project is still a whip. But yeah, we'll be back here with that on Wednesday. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Our mystery project is just about done. I'm really excited for it. I think we might actually finish it in December. I did take it back apart and fix it, and I was able to cut up the pieces that we needed to, and I was able to fix those. I think I did that. When did I do that? Did I do that on a live stream? I don't remember now when I did that, but I was able to fix it. So the oops that we made, I was able to fix. Oh, you know what? It might have been on a members only stream. I might have fixed it. But we were able to fix it, so that's good. So we didn't lose too much production time or anything, which is always a good thing. And I didn't make a mistake that I couldn't fix. With that particular project, I'm so terrified that I'm going to make a mistake that I can't fix because of the way those pieces are made and the fabric. I don't even have any more of the fabric to make it with if I needed to. Like, that one it's a little bit of a stressor for me. But so yeah, that one will be back on Wednesday. Alright, so we've got, I don't know, 10 or 12 more to go. Moving right along. So that's the only part of this project that's a little bit, I wouldn't even say difficult, just time consuming, is making these pinwheels. Pinwheels are always a bit of a pain to make because of all the half square triangles that you end up having to do. But this is a fast way to do it. It's just, there's just a lot of them. You know, we have to make 30 of them. So, I'm sorry, 40 of them. So, it takes a little bit to get them all together. Oh, that didn't go very well. Every once in a while it pulls that corner in there. So nothing super exciting, but you know, it is what it is. So if you're still choosing your fabric for this project, these pinwheels, well, you're going to want to make sure that whatever fabric you choose for these pinwheels, that it coordinates well with the background fabric that you've chosen. You know, some of my lighter fabrics are going to be a little close to the background color, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Something just happened with some thread here. Some thread got wonky. Some threads got wonky. I'm not really sure what happened, but somehow I got some wonky threads. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out. Just some weird wonky threads. I don't know what happened actually. But needle might have come undone, or I'm not sure. I don't know what happened here, but we're going to fix it. We'll just rethread the needle. No big deal. Go. There we go. That works. But yeah, I plan to spend most of my day in here today. I don't really have anything, well, I take that back. I do have something I want to finish up real quick. I do want to get our November wall hanging completed today, if I can. So I will pull that out. And then we started a binding yesterday that I'll probably pull out and try and work on that some more. I got all the way to the point where I need to attach the two ends together. And I just put it away. I put it away yesterday and I'll do it hopefully today we'll see. Then of course I've got my live stream later with Katie. If you are joining us on this sew along, if you want and you wouldn't mind, I'd love to see pictures of what you guys are working on and what your pieces look like. So make sure you join our Facebook or our Instagram, and you can post pictures of it on there. If you want to, you can use the hashtag sew along. If you want to, you don't have to. Our channel really isn't big enough that we use the hashtags very much, but I'm sure it would be nice eventually sometime. 2025 sew along. For those of you who have Netflix, Netflix has just released a bunch of Christmas movies. You know, the rom-com Christmas movies. They've just released a bunch of them. I have not watched any of them yet. I have quite a few of them that I would like to watch. I've marked them as ones I'd like to watch. I've actually been re-watching the Younger series on Netflix. I just think that's such a cute series. I've watched it all the way through once before. And now I'm rewatching it again. It's a really nice like palate cleanser for the end of the night. Before you go to bed, you know. So I've been really enjoying it. It's a cute little series. You know, it's very wholesome. There is drama, but it's not, you know, wild and crazy drama. Nobody dies or anything like that. It's just nice, relaxing rom-com, basically. I really liked it. They don't introduce a whole lot of new characters that you need to know a lot about, or they're all temporary characters for the most part. I really liked it. So I've been rewatching that. And this is my favorite time of the year for movies because I have all those really cute Christmas rom-coms. That's one of the things I do miss about streaming my cable service is the countdown to Christmas on the Hallmark Channel. Although you can get a lot of those movies on like Peacock or Paramount or even Netflix. You can see a lot of them there too. I mean, you can also get Hallmark Channel as a streaming service as well. But that is one of the things that's I love about this time of the year is all of those super cute movies. Because they're just wholesome. Like, they've got a little bit of a drama to them, but they're, for the most part, they all have a nice happy ending to them. They're kind of clean, fun humor. I really enjoy them. And I know that they're not realistic. I know that, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? Is that they're not realistic. Oh, Brat46, that was a good movie. Yes, that is an excellent movie. She says, a good holiday movie, if you can find it, is Yours, Mine, and Ours by Henry Fonda and Lucy Ball. That one was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that one was a good one. I think I remember seeing that one. There's one on Netflix right now called Holiday. That one was cute. I've seen that one a couple of times. I really like that one. That one's cute. I just really like those types of movies. They're nice, like I said, they're a nice palate cleanser. Like, don't get me wrong, I like your action-packed movies, your, you know, intense dramas, your crime fighter movies. I love art shows. I love all those. I really do. But, you know, when I'm getting ready to go to bed or, you know, Mr. Wizard's gone to bed and I'm just trying to watch some TV just to kind of clear the cobwebs of the day out, I like having that nice, clean, wholesome, you know, a little bit of drama, but nothing really crazy, happily ever after type of shows. And that's why I really love the Younger series because the episodes are only 30 minutes long. So they're not a huge time investment, one. And they're just that like they're like little teeny tiny mini Hallmark movies every episode. I love it. That's also why I liked Heartland. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Heartland. It's a Canadian series Loved that one too. I've rewatched that one a couple times. Same thing. That one has a little bit more of hardcore drama in it. You know, There are some people that pass away. There are some, you know, things that happen. But yeah, that one's another good one. Amazon Prime. Lucille Ball. Mm-hmm. Christmas Candle is a good movie. Oh, Sutton Foster. Yeah. Ferd says, Brett, that's the family I grew up in. I'm the Hours. Funny one, most episodes, yeah. McLeod's Daughters is a good one. Okay. It's a good one I'll have to look at. But I really like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like your action-packed, high-intensity dramas as well. Those are really good as well sometimes. But you know what? During the week, the end of the day, just before bed, I really like watching 1 or 2 episodes of that younger series because it's just such a palate cleanser for me. Like, and I know that's probably just me, but I really enjoy it. Even the Heartland ones were good. A nice palate cleanser. Although those had some drama in them. And of course then you'd have to watch the next episode to figure out what happened. Whereas these, the thing I really like about these is for the most part there really aren't a whole lot of cliffhangers. I mean there are. Don't get me wrong. There are. Because otherwise, I mean, why would people watch if there weren't any at all? But there's not anything crazy. West Australia. Oh, really cool. Okay, cool. Of course, there's your Bridgerton series, which I think I've watched all those seasons like 8 or 10 times now. Love those. Bridgerton is one of my new favorites for sure. I've heard Downton Abbey is pretty good too. I've never watched it, but I've heard that one's good. I like The Crown series on Netflix. I love that one. I've watched that one quite a few times. I think Mr. Wizard is getting ready to clean leaves, and that's why the dogs are barking, because he's standing by the door. Wrigley does not like it when Mr. Wizard is outside, and she is not. She is his shadow, for sure. And she doesn't like it when she can't see him. She gets really angry. If he's outside, she's got to be outside with him. Teresa Lynch, I think I said hello to you earlier, but if I didn't, I apologize. Welcome back to the channel. Might have been yesterday. Who knows? We are working on our sew-along project called Framed Pinwheels. It's a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern. Super easy. Starts with a layer cake and 2 charm packs. You cut the layer cake into 4, and then you start matching up pieces. You do 40 of these to make some pinwheel blocks. We've made 1 pinwheel already, just as a sample to make sure that we knew what we were doing. And now we're just sewing all these up together. We're on our second to the last piece to sew up, and then we're going to start slicing them and dicing them. Not dicing, just slicing. Wrigley! Wrigley is Mr. Wizard's shadow. The latest one that just came out. What are we doing? Here we go. Hang on. You'll probably like Downton Abbey. It's worth it. Okay, well then I've heard a lot of people say that. I really truly have. And so I just need to like... Is that another Netflix one? Can I find it on Netflix, or do I have to go someplace else for it? Because I really do want to try that one. Because Sherlock Cheryl has watched that one. She said that she really liked that one. And I would like to watch that one too. Have you a fenced-in yard? I wish I did, but she needs to walk on a leash, sling anyway. Nala likes to be out in the weather. Oh, yes, we do have a fenced-in yard. Our backyard is completely fenced in, and we have a solid wooden fence so the dogs can't get through it, although every once in a while somebody can try and sneak underneath, you know, because they like to... The rabbits like to dig holes, and the dogs like to follow the rabbits. So Mr. Wizard is always filling in holes around the bottom of it. But yes, we do have a fenced-in yard, which is really nice because then we can just basically open the door and just let the dogs go. And it's a solid fence, so for the most part they can't see through it. So they don't bark nearly as much as, you know, a dog that could see through the fence. But they can still hear things, and so just hearing things kind of sets them off sometimes. But yeah. But yes, we do have a fenced-in yard. It's nice. It's a wooden fence, so it's a little bit of upkeep. We end up having to replace it every 6 or 8 years. Mr. Wizard's always replacing some slats on it. Alright, so that's all we've got for the pinwheel assemblies. The rest of these pieces will be used for the rest of the blocks. So for right now, we need to go ahead and slice these up and trim them down. So let's go ahead and do that. We can start on it at least. We definitely won't finish this today, but we can at least get started on it. We can get started. Okay, let's put these up here. We'll do one at a time. Actually, probably use this one. It is really nice having a fenced-in yard. It really is. It is really, really nice to be able to just open the door and let them go. When they were puppies, we used to have to walk them on a leash, so I'm familiar with how to do that, like, because we didn't want them sneaking under the fence or anything else. Plus, you're training them, and so you kind of want to make sure that they're, you know, doing things the way they're supposed to. So I get that 100%. So I've been there. But it is nice that once they get to be a little bit older, you can just kind of open the door and let them run. You don't have to necessarily even be out there with them. Although we do tend to go out there with them, especially at night, because we have coyotes in our neighborhood, and the coyotes have been known to jump a fence or two. So we don't like to take those chances. Hi, Mr. Wizard. What? Who's Mr. Ramen? I missed that. Sorry. I was telling Mr. Oh, see, now I'm even saying it. Damn it. I was telling Mr. Wizard about our conversation yesterday about Mr. Ramen, and so he remembered to post about Mr. Ramen. Oh, that's funny. Oh, thank you, Terry, for noticing the diorama back there. I've shown it to you guys before. That's the same one that I was gifted from my aunt. You know what, I had some extra space back there today, and I didn't really have anything back there, so I brought it out and set it back there. I was actually tempted to see if I could find like a little Christmas tree for it and put a little Christmas tree in there for it. For when it comes to be that time. But thank you for pointing it out. My aunt made that for me. My stepdad's sister made that for me as a gift. I will get to see her for Thanksgiving this year. They're coming into town for Thanksgiving, which they live in Tennessee, so we really don't get to see them very often. The last time they came into town, I ended up with a terrible, terrible cold. And I think I had COVID, if I'm honest. And so I didn't get a chance to see them, unfortunately. So I'm really looking forward to getting to see them this Thanksgiving. But yeah, it was so nice of her to do that. Now I want ramen, Terry says. If you guys have no idea what we're talking about, you need to go back and watch the replay of yesterday's video where we were talking about it. We were talking about Mr. Wizard's favorite dish. And I got a little tongue-tied, and instead of saying Mr. Wizard, I called him Mr. Ramen, and it turned into a whole thing. So make sure you go back and watch that, because silly things like that happen on our After Dark edition. Silly things like that happen, so. Alright, so these are all ironed up now. I think as long as I keep the pieces together, I should be okay. I'm worried that, I wonder if I should just start clipping them. I know that's going to be a lot of clips, but at least this way I can make sure that they're going to stay together, because I don't plan on sewing these up right away or ironing them up right away. I was just kind of clip them all together. Trying to chain piece it a little bit. So if I clip them all like that, at least that way they'll kind of stay together. So we'll try to do that. But yeah, it was a whole thing yesterday. It was funny. We were laughing at my expense, which is totally fine. Because I might have sucked down my tequila a little bit too fast and was a little silly. But thank you, Mr. Wizard, for remembering that. Alright. So basically, what we're doing now is we're taking those assemblies that we just made, and we're trimming them down. And I am using my half square triangle ruler to cut off the corners as well to save myself that time later on, so that I don't have to trim them again once we open them up. Excuse me. If you watch the Missouri Star Quilt Company video, then you will know exactly what to trim these to, what that measurement is. Or if you know enough about math, you could probably figure it out. So next time when we come back, we're going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of trimming. Because we're going to have to trim all of these down. And then we're going to be sewing up those pinwheels together. And this is kind of a neat pattern. Because you make the pinwheels. Then you attach the pinwheels to a 9-patch block. Make a 9-patch block. And then you cut that 9-patch in half again. To make a, what do they call that? A twisted 9-patch? Isn't that what that's called? Again, and then you put the blocks back together and it makes this really cool pattern. So it's kind of neat. Just want to check something real quick. Check my measurements real quick. Yeah, so they're a little on the bigger side, but it should be okay. Should be okay. We're going to have a lot of ironing because I would like to press. When I do half square triangles, I've learned just this year, actually, I've learned that doing the half square triangles and pressing the seams open really seems to help with things. It really seems to make things just lay nicer. Your seams seem to look nicer, things like that. So the directions do not say to press it open. It says to press it towards the darker fabric. If you want to follow the directions, then by all means follow the directions. But I have learned this year that pressing seams open on the half square triangles really seems to work really well. So that is what I'm going to do. But just because I do it doesn't mean it's right. So there we go. Oh, this one didn't slice up all the way there. Go. Dre says, I press everything. Oh, you press everything open? That's what you're saying? Yeah, okay. Susan says, my car battery died yesterday. Oh, no, Susan, I'm sorry to hear that. Of all the things to fix on a car, though, that's probably the least expensive. And the easiest. I just had to put new shocks on my car. Whew. Talk about a shocking price tag. Yeah. My car is a 2019. It had the original shocks on it. Boy, does that make a difference. Holy smokes. I had no idea how bad they were until I drove the car with the brand new shocks and struts on it. And boy, that was a difference. Holy smokes. Cars are expensive, that's for sure. I kept telling the girls that when they were teenagers, because, you know, they would get their license and then they wanted their own car, and I said, they're expensive. You know, the whole deal was if they wanted their own car, they had to pay for it, because I didn't have the money to pay for it. They had to pay for the insurance, and they had to pay for the car, and all the maintenance that went along with it. And they weren't allowed to get their driver's license until they had a job to pay for the insurance. Because here, at least in the state of Illinois, all licensed drivers must carry insurance whether they drive the vehicle or not. So, even if they don't drive any of the vehicles in your home, if you have licensed drivers, they must all be insured. So that was the rule with the girls, is if they even wanted to get their driver's license, they had to have a job to be able to pay for the insurance. They have gotten expensive. Yeah, they used to be like $100, you know, less than $100 for a battery, and now they're just disgustingly expensive. Of course, you know, they hold a lot more power in them now too, but still. Oh, your car's in the parking lot where you had the retreat. Nobody could jump it for you, or you tried to jump it and that didn't work? How was your retreat, Susan, besides having the dead battery at the end? Did you have a good time? Did you make a lot of projects? Wow, it's 12:30 already. Can you believe that? Well, it's quitting time. So, this is ultimately what we are trying to do here, folks. We're trying to make this pinwheel block here. We've got our pieces all sewn up all the way around, and we're trimming them corner to corner. And then we're going to be, and then I'm actually trimming them down to the finished size that they need to be and cutting off the corners using my half square triangle ruler. Thank you again to the subscriber who sent me these. Amazing game changer. And I'm pinning them up together right now, just kind of clipping them up so that they don't get all mixed up, so that we can make our pinwheels, because we want to make sure that we're using the same fabric all the way around for our pinwheels, so they look kind of like this. Now we've got a bunch of extra squares here that we're going to be using further along in the project. So for right now, I want to make sure that I don't confuse these with all of the other squares that I have. Now I have a handful of them in here that are scraps. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Ziploc bag really quickly from my bin over there. I like to keep my scrap fabrics separate from all of my actual usable fabrics. So then that way I know that I'm not supposed to be using those. So I like to use Ziplocs for those. You can get just dollar store Ziplocs. They don't have to be anything fancy. Honestly, they don't even need to close. Let me see if I've got any gallon size ones in here. I do not. Wow. Looks like I'm going to need to do some restocking. Oh, I do have, yeah, I do have gallons. I don't have quarts. Looks like I'm going to need to do some restocking. I reuse them for every project that I do. Because again, they don't even need to be able to close. They just need to be a separate, they just need to separate things. Wow, Dawn, that is impressive. You lost no thimbles today. That is impressive. So here's our scraps. So we're going to go ahead and put those in this bag. This is a brand new one, so it still closes for right now. So and this is my project bin. You guys know I organize all of my projects in a project bin. So these are all of our fabric pieces that we're going to be using. Here's all of our sewn up stuff. Here's these. Here's our pinwheel block. And then on the top, I always put the pattern. And I take a little pencil. And I just like to mark where we're at. And I put that on the top. Close the whole thing up. And then that will go into my, you guys can see it right here. Right there. It goes into my bin where I stack them all, in my shelf where I stack them all. And then that way when I'm ready to bring the project back, I just pull the whole bin out. I've made myself a little love note of where I'm at, and I just pick up and start again. So that is how I organize my projects. Well, Fern, that's always the goal, isn't it? That you've lost some, but you gained more than you lost. Patty says, I beat Lucas. Woohoo! Well, congratulations, Patty. Geez, Lucas is really falling behind. He's going to need to catch back up here. That's crazy. But anyway, friends, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I really appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with me this morning. Don't forget, I will be live again with Katie this afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Central Time, where we are going to be talking about mental health and our own struggles and what we're doing to try and work through those things, especially with the holidays coming up. I know a lot of people struggle with things during the holidays. I've been having a little bit of my own struggles, not necessarily because of the holidays. I'm not sure if it's time change, weather change, who knows. Just kind of doing my own thing. So we'll talk about that more over on Katie's channel. If you are not already a member of her channel, do !Katie, that's Katy, in chat. It'll give you a link. You can head over there 3:30 p.m. Central Time. Otherwise, we will be back here on this channel on Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, where we're going to be picking up with our mystery quilt. If you guys are doing this all along with us, we will see this one again the third week in December is when we will pick this one up. If you guys can't wait that long and you want to go ahead, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. You can go right ahead. Make sure you post pictures of it in our Facebook and our Instagram so we can keep up with the progress. It'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what everybody's fabrics look like. I'm always excited by the different fabric choices that people pick. So if you're able to post pictures there, if you prefer not to post pictures there for whatever reason, you have your own reasons, it's totally fine. Feel free to email them to me as well. My email address is at the bottom of the description of every single video I post, but you can also do !Email in chat. It will give you that as well. All right, friends. Well, thank you again so much for hanging out with me this evening or this afternoon, this morning. My God, this morning. I'm going to go get myself a little bit of lunch, and then I'm going to come back in here and probably work on some binding. All right, guys. Have a great one, and I will see you again really soon. Bye for now.